H or block. That's fine. Well, I can always resend it. It's not a big deal. All right. Talk to you later. Thanks. Bye. You didn't make it? Nice ball, right? Well, you want a lot of brackets today. Hate 'em. Happy Easter. I did mine last weekend. I'm an accountant and I wait forever. Yeah.
Okay, PJBT viewers, we would like to welcome you to our finals.
Second place at plus 235 is Tom Burns Jr. Third place at plus 187 is Doug Conway. Fourth place at plus 160 is David Sweenley. And your fifth and final qualifier for the finals at plus 124 is Nathan Bonowitz. 124 to make the finals in the handicap. Today, banging out those finals, report to 37 to 40. We'll do roller introduction to begin the finals.
Okay, fans, we would like to welcome you to PJBT on YouTube. I am the one, the only PA Fats. Have a little bit of an echo. Let's see if that solves the problem. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have just announced the top 5. We will have player introductions. Scores are pretty high today, at least on the scratch side. Coming to you live today from ABC West in Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania. All right, Tournament Director Matt just handed me the sheets. Qualifying first at plus 473, Andrew Lazarchik. Qualifying second at plus 420, Curtis Stid. Qualifying third, plus 356, Eric Erb. Qualifying fourth, plus 286, Ryan Mickiewicz. And qualifying fifth at plus 256, DJ Brown. So 256 today to make the finals in the scratch division. On the handicap side, your top seed, Annika Conry at plus 283. Tom Burns Jr. in the runner-up spot at plus 235. Doug Conaway plus 187. David Swavely plus 160. And Nathan Bonowitz at plus 124. So we are using lanes 37 to 40 for the finals today. Scratch on 37 and 38. Handicap on lanes 39 and 40. Once again, I am the one that your mother warned you about, PA Fats. At the moment, flying solo. We'll see if we could get the Prodigy to come in here in a little bit. Maybe Tournament Director Matt will stop by. Everybody's favorite, Skip Moyer, he's not with us today. So that means Peaches isn't with us either. Brittany is at home sick. Get well soon, Brittany. You have to bowl in a couple hours, or maybe you're bowling right now. Mom, Pop, and Brent are at the Philadelphia Phillies, I do believe. Last I checked, they were winning. All right, so as usual, the PJBT message board is live and operational. Give us a shout out. Let me know where you're watching from. Let me know who you're rooting for. Let me know that you love me. And if you're a first-time viewer, if you like what you see, hit the subscribe button on the upper right. And as long as you are enabled for notifications, we will let you know every time the PJBT goes live. Today they were bowling on a house shot, as you can tell by the scores if you were listening to the top 5. All right, looks like Tournament Director Matt has just about all the information he needs. We will get started shortly. These are on mute then, so you're going to have to unmute them.
Okay, bowling fans, it's time to introduce our finalists for today's singles event here at ABC West Plains. We're going to start with the scratch division for our 5-bowler stepladder finals. Our 5th seed today from Chambersburg, Pennsylvania, DJ Brown.
All right, our 5th seed today in the scratch division from Chambersburg, DJ Brown.
In the first match, our 4th seed from DuBois, Pennsylvania, Ryan Miscavige.
From DuBois, Pennsylvania, Ryan Miscavige, your 4th seed.
Match will take on the 3rd seed from Gap, Pennsylvania, Eric Erb.
Your 3rd seed from Gap, Pennsylvania, Eric Erb.
Second match will advance to the semifinal to take on our number 2 seed from Elizabethtown, Pennsylvania, Curtis Stitt.
Curtis Stitt, your 2nd seed from Elizabethtown.
That semifinal match will advance to take on our tournament leader in the title match from Brick, New Jersey, Andrew Lazarchuk.
Andrew Lazarchuk, your top seed from Brick, New Jersey.
Okay, on to the handicap side. Our 5th seed today for handicap from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, Nathan Bonowitz.
Nathan Bonowitz, your 5th seed in the handicap division from Harrisburg.
He will be taking on in the first match from Saratoga, Pennsylvania, our 4th seed, David Swavely.
He will be taking on from Saratoga, Pennsylvania, David Swavely, your 4th seed.
Match will take on our number 3 seed from Hanover, Pennsylvania, Doug Conaway.
Your 3rd seed from Hanover, Pennsylvania, Doug Conaway.
Winner of the second match will advance to the semifinal. Take on our number 2 seed from Voorhees, New Jersey, Tom Burns Jr.
From Voorhees, New Jersey, the number 2 seed, Tom Burns Jr.
The semifinal will take on our tournament leader from Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania, Annika Conry.
From Mechanicsburg, hometown girl, Annika Conry, your leader in the handicap division. All right. Star-studded field, to say the least, on both sides. In the first match, let's see here. David Swavely will be getting 26 pins. Nathan Bonowitz will be giving David Swavely 26 pins. All right, we would like to thank you all for joining us today on this beautiful Sunday in central Pennsylvania. Next week, the PJBT will be coming to you from Bowlerama in Reading, Pennsylvania, a special Saturday Easter tournament. Saturday beginning at 2:30. Come on out, spend your Easter weekend with us. Get home plenty of time for that Easter bunny to deliver you some chocolate, which you could give to me the next time you see me. Lord knows the fat guy likes chocolate. DJ going into the ladies' room. That way. All right, so we got the lanes on for practice. We'll be ready to go in a couple minutes. Put that on for a second. I don't know. Joining us before he eats some food, the Prodigy.
You're very laggy. I hear you, and then I hear you here.
Laggy, huh?
I mean, that could just be in the headset. It probably is just in the headset. I mean, do you hear me the same time I talk?
Hold on. I did put him at a different setting today.
Oh, okay. Wait, speak again?
Hold on.
I hear you now, fine.
All right, Prodigy, is that better?
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. As usual, the PJBT message board is alive and operational. Let me know where you are watching us from. Give me a shout out. Give me a comment. Give me something. Give me a question. Ask the Prodigy to prom. I don't know. Do something.
I already have a prom date.
Well,
If you care, Sergio Garcia is at -8.
yes, we know.
Okay.
All right, so the Prodigy is going to go off of the audio for a couple minutes so he could chow down on his food. So please mute that. Thank you. I don't know. You're not going to lose 5 pounds eating that kind of stuff, that's for sure. All right, looks like we are just about ready to go. Like to welcome everybody who's joining us today. Oh, also for those of you who may have been in the bowling center earlier, who have bowled, if you're home watching us, please check your equipment. See if you accidentally picked up a pitch black by mistake. We do have a bowler here that was missing one, and I do think there was a bowling ball left here by mistake. So you may have picked up a pitch black by mistake. If you did, just message us here on the live stream, and we will make arrangements for a ball swap. I do believe that ball is still here. All right, on to tournament director, Matt.
Okay, bowling fans, time to introduce our bowlers who made it into the finals. On the scratch side, we have number 4 seed Ryan McScavish from Du Bois, PA, versus DJ Brown, 5th seed from Chambersburg, PA. Ryan has elected to let DJ start the match on lane 37. On the handicap side, 4th seed David Swavely from Saratoga, PA, taking on 5th seed Nathan Bonowitz from Harrisburg.
All right, so it looks like both number 5 seeds are going to be starting our match. DJ Brown on lane 37 and Nathan Bonowitz on lane 39. And DJ starts out with a washout. Not a very good shot. He did shoot. He had in the second game. Sir, you cannot sit there. Sir, can't sit there. Thank you. Okay. Looks like Nathan started out with a strike. DJ did in game 7, second game of match play. He did shoot 289, had the front 10, then came in a little high, left a 4-pin. He almost makes the washout. David Swavely up by lane 40. He leaves the 4-9. And David covers the 4, leaving just the 9. And Ryan stones a 10 on his first shot. So anyway, DJ Brown, he's at plus 256 as your 5 seed. And Ryan Iskavich is at 286 as your 4 seed. On the handicap side, Nathan Bonowitz plus 124 is your 5th seed. David Swavely plus 160, your 4 seed. Ryan did make his 10-pin. David is up, frame 2, and he throws it to the boards that do not hook back. I'm sure that wasn't the shot he was trying to shoot there. Good shot there by Ryan in frame 2. He puts 10 in the pit, takes an early 11-pin lead. And a good spare conversion by David. And DJ comes in high, frame 2. He leaves himself a split. Nathan comes in high for himself. He leaves the 3-6-10. DJ does not cover his split. In fact, he only got 1. Nathan made his spare. Nathan up, frame 3. Interesting shot there. Gets the 5 to rip into the 7. And DJ has the 5-7-10 standing for a moment. 5 and the 7 fall, leaving just the 10 pin. Oh, good shot there by David on lane 40. Gets very unlucky, leaves the solid 7. Saw a few of them today. David covers his 7 pin. DJ did make his 10 pin. Beautiful shot by Ryan. He doubles up. Takes a 33 pin lead over DJ Brown. David up, frame 4, working on a spare, lane 39. He tries to help it back. It does. He carries all 10. And
Yeah,
the Prodigy's back after eating his food.
Yeah.
Thanks for offering me some, by the way. Appreciate that.
He didn't ask.
And now joining us on the broadcast booth, Mr. I've been sick with basically no voice all week.
And now he wants to talk on the mic.
Hello, everybody. Well, it's not that I can't hear. You can hear me, I just can't hear myself.
That sucks.
So what does he do? He talks a little louder.
Sure.
Yeah, the announcements today were oddly loud and long.
All right, let's see if DJ can get back on track here in frame 4. That's a better shot. Looked like a ball change.
It was. We changed from like a black ball to a red ball
That's a ball change.
because he throws stuff that I don't really know.
Oh, we got fans here bringing us food.
He went
Or
from
not.
like a cell to a nexus, if I had to take a guess. Is that not right?
Maybe we could get someone to be our lane reporter today.
That's a good one.
Good double there by DJ. Why don't you go down and ask DJ what he's throwing now for us? What?
DJ.
We're good.
All right.
Yeah, we know there's a little bit of an echo today.
Oh, okay. Just wanted to make sure that wasn't something I was missing. Because you know my ears aren't the best right now. But in any case, there's a good shot for Ryan Mickiewicz. David Swavely in the finals for the second straight week from Saratoga, Pennsylvania. Pulls out a Limerick Bowl. Looking to pick up his spare. Does look to be trailing a little bit, though. Trails by about 20 in this match against Nathan Bonowitz from Harrisburg, PA. Ryan comes up a little bit light with a bucket.
Wheel.
Great shot there for David Swavely. Striking on the left lane there, lane 39. Winner of the scratch match will advance to take on number 3 seed Eric Erb from Gap, PA. And on the handicap side, winner of this match will take on Doug Conaway from Hanover, PA. Waiting in the wings for our next match.
Told you he'd win. Told you he'd win.
DJ with a good shot, coming in a little bit light, leaving the 7 pin. Oh, and Bonowitz goes for the conversion of the washout, the 1-2-4-10. The head pin goes around the 10 pin, leaving him the open frame. He'll be at 113 for 6 frames. How are we doing on the message board there?
Message
PA?
board is kind of quiet a little bit.
Good shot there for Nathan Bonowitz as he follows up the open frame with a strike.
Maybe somebody out there that's listening could let us know how we sound today. I know we sound like we have a little bit of an echo here. Can somebody confirm or deny. That's a better shot by DJ.
Good shot there.
Good ball change.
Wheel.
David Swavely with a nice strike. That makes it
I think it's
a
kind
double.
of funny when the handicap kid has more rev rate than both the scratch guys. I was just thinking of that.
Those things happen.
Well, everybody has a different way of playing the lanes. You know that. And
Yeah.
we see some straighter bowlers score well today. We've also seen some bowlers who swing the ball a little more score. So there's a great shot as it holds in the middle of the lane. 3 in a row for David Swavely.
Man, I wheeled the ball pretty much the whole day. I was about 4th arrow on game 1. No. Wheel.
Mickiewicz makes the spare. Mickiewicz maintains his lead, however, has gotten a little bit tighter through 7 frames. He has a 12-pin lead on DJ Brown. Another strike there for Nathan Bonowitz. A handful of strikes on the handicap side. Interesting decision today for Nathan Bonowitz as he come into the check-in room and let me know that he entered today's tournament. He's been bowling the entire season in handicap. Told me his highest league average this year is 204, which obviously gets no pins handicap. It was a decision of what division to bowl today. He decided to finish out the season in handicap. So I mentioned that he got no pins handicap. Still bowled very well today, but is giving up 26 in this match to Swavely. Mickiewicz covers his spare while Bonowitz does the same. DJ
Weird.
Brown up on lane 38. Most recently won at our last adult junior event at Leisure Lanes. And David Swavely with a great shot, 4 in a row for him.
Ooh.
Big shot there for DJ Brown, leaving the 10 pin. Really wanted that shot. That would have got him right back in the match. Swavely starting the 10th frame now on the handicap side. He can strike out for 238 with his handicap. That would give him 260. It would shut out Nathan Bonowitz. Throws a good shot, leaving the 10 pin. Still putting him in good shape. He can shoot 240 with his handicap. Spare there for DJ Brown. He can max out at 206. However, his opponent, Ryan Mickiewicz, can strike out for 236. So it looks like DJ will need some help to survive that match.
And David will be moving on.
With some pins.
He's going to win this game scratch.
Oh, yeah. The handicap in that thing is kind of dumb. It's not in it.
No, you have to add the top number at the top.
Well, I see that, but it doesn't add it for you.
No, it doesn't.
Nine count there for Swavely. Finishes with a scratch 216, giving him 242 on the game, and he will advance to game number 2.
216 would be pretty good right now in the scratch division.
Yep. Boom. Good shot there by Ryan. Gives him a 20-pin lead going into the 10th.
First strike winner. If he spares, you need to strike to force DJ to strike out.
Yes, if Ryan spares and strikes, we have the possibility of a tie.
Bum, bum, bum. Wheel.
And he
seven.
trips the 7-10 to move on in the match.
Great shot there. Head pin taking out the 10 pin on the trip. Briefly saw the 7-10 there. Great shot.
All right,
Okay.
201 for Nathan. DJ.
Final scores on the handicap side. David Swavely 242, Nathan Bonowitz 201. Nathan will take home a $30 scholarship and finish 5th today. $225 for Mickiewicz. He will take home the victory with that score. DJ unfortunately leaves a split in the 10th, and he will finish with 174. So 225 to 174 for our scratch match.
Okay, bowling fans, time to give out our awards for game number 1, finishing in 5th in the scratch division, getting a $30 scholarship. Certificate of award goes to PJ Brown.
All right, DJ Brown, your 5th place finisher in the scratch division, earning $30.
And our 5th place finisher in the handicap division, getting a $30 scholarship. Certificate and award goes to Nathan Bonowitz.
Nathan Bonowitz. 5th place finisher in the scratch division, the handicap division. All right, so as we set up for match number 2, Eric Erb, the number 3 seed on the scratch division. And on the handicap side, Doug Conaway, your 3 seed on the handicap side. Okay, on to the PJBT schedule. Already alluded to earlier, next week we will be having an event next Saturday, April the 15th from Bolorama in Reading. It is the day before Easter tournament that we have every year. Start time on Saturday is at 2:30. That will be on a house shot. Then the week after, we have major number 9 from Berks Lanes in Sinking Spring, which will be on Atlanta, Sunday, April the 23rd at 10:30. The week after, we will be up in the Wilkes-Barre area at Stanton Lanes for the final adult junior PJBT of the year before championship weekend. That's Sunday, April 30th, Stanton Lanes, Wilkes-Barre. House shot begins at 10:30. The week after, we will have an off week for PJBT. We were going to be at Bristol Pike down in the Philly area, but we are now off due to the postponement of the Bill O'Neill tournament. So that is the schedule through the month of April. Then after that, we only have 2 events left, and then we move on to the Bracket Survivor Tournament and Championship Weekend, which all the information for Championship Weekend is up on the PJBT website. One change that we are doing this year, we are asking for everybody that's going to bowl on Championship Sunday to prepay their entry online this year, so we can make it easier the morning of. All right, looks like we are just about ready. On to Tournament Director Matt.
Okay, for match number two of each division today, we have number 3 seed Eric Erb from Gap, PA, taking on number 4 seed Ryan Mechanicsburg from Du Bois, Pennsylvania. Eric has elected to have Ryan start the match, all 137. On 139 and 40, we have Doug Conway from Hanover, PA, taking on 4 seed David Swayze from San Antonio, PA. Ironically, they have the exact same average, so we will have a scratch match over here also. And Doug has elected to have David start the match on 39. Okay, bowling fans, let's have a nice hand for our game 2 finals.
All right, so both of the 4 seeds moved on, and it looks like both of the 4 seeds will be starting this match. There is no handicap in the handicap division. Both bowlers average the same. So, a couple scratch matches going on. Would you like a chair, Matthew? And David starts out with a mixer. Ryan started out with a strike as well.
Oh, thank you, sir. I just got a chair delivered.
There you go. 30 minutes or less, or it's free.
That's right.
Let's see what Eric could do with his first shot. 10 in the pit. That almost looked like a urethane ball.
It's a quantum.
That's not a urethane ball. It's got the same dull shell of a urethane ball.
Maybe because he just resurfaced it, because that ball's generally pretty shiny.
Doug came in a little high on his first shot, left the 6 and the 10, which he chops.
Not what he was looking for in the first frame there, but it isn't early in the match, so it shouldn't hurt him too much.
Eric Erb starts out with a double. And Doug up on frame 2 in the handicap side. Good shot, does not get rewarded. Stones a 10. Ryan up frame 2 on the scratch side, lane 38. He opened with a strike. Let's see if he could double to tie the match against Eric. He definitely set it short, pulled up on the shot, but he got a very big break, tripped out the 6 pin.
As they say, sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. And that was, sometimes you need breaks like that to win a match. So both bowlers start with 2 strikes on the scratch side. That time he comes up a little bit high, leaving the 4 pin. And the same thing for David on the handicap side.
Once again, the PJBT message board alive and operational. Give us a shout out. Let me know where you're watching us from. Ask us some questions. Give us some comments. If you like what you see, hit the subscribe button in the upper right, and you will be notified every time the PJBT goes live.
Good spare there for both David Swavely and Ryan Mickiewicz, equally on each side.
What do you think, Prodigy? It looks like David might have a little hold area.
I think everyone had hold area today. If you had the right ball in your hand, you had a ton of hold.
Guess that means you didn't have the right ball in your hand.
I only didn't have hold one game, and that was like the 5th game, where I was on 37-8, which was, in my opinion, the worst pair in this house. I didn't like it. Neither did anyone else on my pair that game besides Lazarchik.
Doesn't matter though. That's part of bowling. Part of bowling is adjusting to each pair. So
What? Yes. One board it hooks, one board it doesn't.
oh yeah.
Eric came in a little light in frame for his strike train. Stop, he leaves the 2-8, which he covers. So he finds himself up by 9.
Conaway a little bit light there, leaving the 2-pin.
Good shot there by Ryan. Just came in a little bit behind the head pin, left himself the solid 10. Excuse the fat guy as he sneezes.
So we have if Ryan converts his spare here after 4 frames on the scratch side, Eric will have a 10-pin lead. Meanwhile, David Swavely on lane 40 looking for a double.
Oh,
And he literally leaves an 8-pin, and it wasn't a solid 8-pin because it actually moved. It actually moved. That is somewhere located between the 7 and the 8.
yeah. Dad turns around and looks at us and is like, can you believe that? We're going to watch it again right here. Yeah, Mom would have just seen that.
But he did convert the spare, so he has a 14-pin lead after 4 frames. Mickiewicz with another strike on the scratch side while we were paying attention to that. I don't even know if you call it a solid 8 because it did get touched. Good shot there by Eric.
What's going on in the Masters there, Prodigy?
Justin Rose just birdied to get within 1. Where in the world did Justin
Swavely
Rose come from? He wasn't even in the top 10.
He birdied the last 5 holes yesterday
Oh.
to
All
go
right.
from -1 to -6.
I'm about to say, he wasn't even like anywhere. I didn't even see his name.
Well, he's in the final group on Sunday. That's all that matters. Good shot there by Eric Erb, getting a double. He's now still on pace to shoot 278. 270 to 260 is the pace on the scratch side. Meanwhile, Swavely to convert his spare, and he does, leaving the 1-2-8-10, but he's able to convert it. Big conversion there in the 5th frame. Let me point out the winners of these matches, of this second match, will advance to the semifinal, take on our number 2 seed Curtis Stidd in scratch from Elizabethtown, Pennsylvania. And on the handicap side, our winner of this match will advance to take on Tom Burns Jr., Tom from Voorhees, New Jersey.
I think we all just went ding.
Miscavige lets that one come up a little bit high, leaving the 3-6-10. And a good spare conversion there for Doug Conaway after he missed the head pin on the first shot, but made a good recovery. But he still trails by 14 through 5 frames, halfway home. David Swavely has a 14-pin lead in this second match. Meanwhile, an important conversion for Mickiewicz on 37. And he chops the 3 and 6 off the 10. He'll put up a 143 in the 7. Great shot there by Eric Erb. Eric coming off a victory just a couple of weeks ago at Jay Lane's down in Douglasville, PA. Understand, I was not present for that event, but tell me, PA, I understand those scores were pretty high down there from what I saw.
Yes, they were, as usual.
Eric looking for 4 in a row.
Ooh.
Oh, and he has sights of the 7-10 split, but he trips out the 10, leaving the 7. Meanwhile, David Swavely with a strike on lane 40.
I tell you, I'm majorly impressed at how David's game has been coming along. Just a year or so ago, he used to put a lot more tilt on the ball. But that just shows you what a lot of practice could do. You get a little bigger, a little stronger, a little larger hand, and all of a sudden, that tilt gets lower, your power goes up, and a lot more X's on the board.
Well, and let me also point out with that comment that, you know, we have a lot of bowlers who, you know, out here on the PJBT Tour, we try to get a variety of patterns, you know, to bowl on. I know some bowlers aren't big fans of bowling necessarily on a house condition, but we try to mix up the patterns each week. You know, some are harder than others, no doubt about, but it certainly helps you to work on your game, you know, ultimately to become a great bowler from a good bowler. You need to learn to be able to play different parts of the lane and different angles, no matter what kind of bowler you are, whether you're a down and in bowler like myself or a bowler that, you know, turns the ball a lot. Let me just use the example of a Jason Belmonte type. So, you know, ultimately, all the different patterns play into that, and practice can really always help, no matter what pattern you're on.
Absolutely. This is why, if you want to become a good bowler, if you're, you know, in high school or soon headed to high school and you have high school bowling, this is the place to be each and every Sunday, because bowling out here each and every week, there is no doubt about it, you are going to become a better bowler. Let me just say, you know, states this year for high school bowling, out of the top 10 medalists, 5 in the boys division, 5 in the girls division, half of the bowlers are PJBT regulars.
Well, I think it's the fact that, you know, maybe you won't see it as much today specifically, but week after week, oh, there's a tough shot for Doug Conaway. Week after week, you're going to see that I think it's important for bowlers to understand that the level of competition that we have out here, you know, you should never shy away from any tournament, no matter who runs it, no matter what kind of condition you're bowling on. You should be competing because you love the game. And ultimately, oh, there's a great try at that conversion, leaving the 3, 4, 6, 7, 9, 10, and he almost converted it. 110 in the 8th for Doug Conaway. But the point I'm trying to make is that, you know, yes, I mean, it's nice to see that, you know, we have a hand in that, you know, we're able to help bowlers get to the next level based on the conditions.
Yes.
Now, Eric had that match pretty much locked up, but he did go 4, 6, 7, 10 there in the 10th frame. But I think he still will be able to lock this up with he gets 2, and he will finish with 223. 223, and he will take home the victory as he shuts out Ryan Miscavige. So Eric Erb will be advancing to our semifinal.
David just missed his spare in the 8th, so he has a 32-pin lead. Didn't quite shut out Doug yet. So we'll see what David could do. He is up in the 9th frame. And he comes in a little light, leaves the 2-4-5. Ryan finishing out with a double. If he strikes here on his fill, he'll shoot 213. And he will finish 4th. What does 4th place earn today?
$40 scholarship for 4th place today. There's a good spare for Swavely. Let's set the scene here. Basically, Swavely can strike out for 192. Conaway, with his open frame, can only shoot 170. So to have a chance, Conaway really needs to strike out and then needs some help from Swavely. He does not. He goes high, leaving the 3-6. And that should pretty much lock up the match for David Swavely. So just like last week, where Swavely and his partner tried to walk the ladder in the doubles tournament, Swavely begins his run up the ladder today on today's singles event. Eric Erb takes home the victory, 223 to 213 over Ryan Miscavige on the scratch side.
Dave. All right, with that miss by Doug, David has now officially shut him out. And we have our semifinal match set.
Jordan Spieth is going +2 on the day.
Is he?
Yeah.
That happens.
Mickelson, I think, is +2.
On the day or for the tournament?
Tournament.
Uh-oh.
All right, so 127 for Doug. I'm sure he's going to be disappointed in that effort. And David makes the washout.
Despite that game, though, a nice day for Doug Conaway.
Absolutely. $40 for his effort for his 4th place finish. Semi-final match between Eric Erb and Curtis Stitt.
Eric Erb.
We'll see.
There's a good strike by David Swavely to finish out the match. He wins 177 to 127, so he takes home the victory in that one. And I will be back because I got to go grab awards.
Hey. Once again, the PJBT message board is live and operational. Send us a shout out. Let me know where you're watching from. If you have any questions, feel free to ask.
I mean, soon here, it's just going to be a 3-player shootout for the last back 9. Ricky Fowler's -5, Justin Rose is -7, and Sergio Garcia is -8. 4th is -3, -3, then -2.
It's not out of it yet.
All but.
Nah, you got 2 par 5s that are reachable in 2.
Most of the people at -3 are at least hole 13 or 14.
All right, well, it's 13 and 15 that are the par 5s.
The one of those par 5s is pretty hard, isn't it?
They're both reachable in 2. With
That
a good
hole
tee shot.
looks awful. They put the hole on that green. How long the green is? 50 yards maybe. They put the hole at 20 yards in, and there's an 18-yard drop right before the hole. You have 2 feet pretty much to land it. Otherwise, it's not even close. Bless you.
High risk, high reward. That's why it's a major.
And everyone that I see play that hole lands it short.
That's the idea. All right, looks like we got tournament director coming here with the awards. And off to Matt for the awards for our 4th place finishers.
Okay, bowling fans, time to get title awards for game number 2, finishing in 4th in the scratch division. $40 scholarship certificate and award goes to Ryan Mitzkavich.
Ryan Mitzkavich, 4th place finish today, $40 for his efforts.
And our 4th place finisher in the handicap division, getting a $40 scholarship certificate and award goes to Doug Conaway.
Doug Conaway, 4th place finisher in the handicap division, $40 scholarship. All right, on to the semifinals. Good friends, Titans on the PJBT Tour, Herb and Stid. On the handicap side, we have David Swavely, your 4 seed, going up against the 2 seed, Tom Burns Jr.
Yes, Spieth went bogey on 1, bogey on 3, bogey on 6.
Wow. Un-Jordan-like.
No, not when he didn't bogey since the first round.
Doesn't look like he'll be continuing his streak of either first or seconds at the Masters.
Probably not.
What hole is he on?
I think he's going to the 10th.
Ah, he's still got time.
Ricky not wearing the traditional all orange. I don't like it. He's wearing a white shirt. You're supposed to wear all orange. That's his thing. Justin Rose for birdie. Tie the lead. Got it.
Oh, just drops in the cup.
I didn't think he had it, then it turned at the last second. That's 3 straight birdies. He went bogey, birdie, birdie, birdie the last 4 holes.
On the handicap side, we have number 2 seed, Tom Burns Jr. from Voorhees, New Jersey. Taking on number 4 seed, David Swavely from Saratoga, PA. Difference in handicap, David gets 12 votes, and Tom is elected to start the match at 139. Bowling fans are ready for a semifinal.
All right, so it looks like Curtis has elected to let Eric start the match, and Tom Burns will be starting his match. David Swavely is getting 12 pins in this match. 12 pins. And away we go. Semifinals. And a trip of the 10 by Eric to start the match.
Sergio just missed an easy birdie putt.
Well, that's what Sergio does. Back to bowling.
Really?
Yes. Tom Burns up, frame number 1. He's playing the outside line.
Not sure how,
Leaves a 10 pin.
because there's nothing out there.
Good shot by Curtis. This could be a very entertaining couple of matches here. Lots of strikes up here, potentially, for all 4 bowlers. And a spare shot by Tom. I don't think he quite knew if he made that until the ball hit the pins.
He thought he missed it.
Let's see what David can do up. Frame number 1.
Wheel. It wheeled. What's the handicap in this match?
12 pins.
To who?
David.
Oh, that's not. Matt. Zimmerman for whoever tied the Phillies 3-3 3-run home run.
Huh.
Another
How about
strike by
that?
Eric. And my house might be looking safer.
What?
And it was with 2 outs in the bottom of the top of the 9th too. Well, maybe they'll win it in the bottom. We'll see. Anyways, back to the important action. Perfect.
David comes in a little high. Frame 2 leaves a 6-10. Lots of strikes on the scratch side.
This can we talk about also with only however many weeks left? I think we have 2 Player of the Year candidates bowling. So.
Absolutely. Definite Player of the Year implications. We got, I think Skip was telling me earlier this week, we have 5 bowlers with 3 titles this year.
I believe that is correct.
Curtis, Lazarchik.
Dylan,
Dylan has 3 titles.
Yes.
Brian Kennedy,
Brian Kennedy.
and I don't think Glinsky was the 5th, but maybe he is.
I think
Yes, because Galinsky had 2 titles in the last couple of weeks. So, yes, we have quite a battle. There's no doubt about that.
So, somebody here is going to take a potential lead in Player of the Year. Hey, and I know we don't usually look towards the handicap side for Player of the Year, but Jennifer Williams is also making a push. She has a couple tournament victories.
And I think if Eric wins, I actually think that would be his 3rd title too.
I just want to point out, I don't normally go off subject online on this broadcast, but I just am holding a jam-free stapler, and I just jammed it. It says jam-free guaranteed on the side, and I think I
Well.
just jammed it.
Get a refund.
Something only tournament director Matt could do. Tommy makes his 10th pin. He starts out with 3 straight clean frames. And we have the front 4 for each bowler on the scratch side.
Phil Nicholson. +2. I think he went par for his final round.
And that's where the strike train ends on the scratch side. Not a very good shot there by Eric. He leaves the 2-5-8. Should be able to cover the spare. And David does not cover his 10 pin. So he's got 2 opens in the first 3 frames.
He almost chopped that.
Eric did almost chop that, but he didn't. So let's see if Curtis can take advantage. Interesting. We see a lot of quantums up there on the.
And then our tournament leader, what's he using? A quantum.
As tournament director Matt tries to unjam his unjammable stapler.
It's completely jammed inside.
Ooh, little high for Curtis.
I want to point out that the winner of our handicap match will advance to take on Annika Conry from Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania. However, she told me that she spent 11 years living in Germany. 11 years in Germany and was originally born in California. So she has quite a story for us of her travels.
Good attempt by Tom. He had left the 3-6-7-10, got the 3-6-10, leaving only the 7. Here you go, Matthew. See if it works now.
Oh boy.
We have unjammable.
I may have unjammed his unjammable stapler.
Tom Burns comes up high, tripping out the 6 that would have caused him back-to-back splits.
Oh, solid 8 by Curtis. He left one of them in warm-ups
On that lane.
on that lane. Did it work?
You did unjam it, but there's no staples in it. Thank you.
Yes.
Good spare there by Tom Burns.
Do you want to keep this as a souvenir?
No.
You don't want to keep your jammed staple and your unjammable stapler?
Oh my God, I think I jammed it again.
Oh,
That's it, I'll be back.
going to get a new stapler. David could have easily left the 5-7-10 on that shot.
Yes, he could have, but he
that's
left only the 7.
That's about how good it hit.
So
like
let's
a
see
wet
if
noodle.
Curtis's Stone 8 turns out to be the PJBT turning point of the match.
Oh my God. Just
See if Eric can capitalize, and he
you're
does.
trying to make a thing that's not gonna work.
Stop it.
Because you're not gonna remember to do it.
Hey, that is a PJBT turning point of the match candidate right there.
Yeah. Are you gonna have a turning point of the year too, at championship weekend?
Maybe. And 4-pin by Eric.
Wasn't the turning point of the match.
Well, we don't know that yet.
Wheel.
Good shot there by David. He has roughly, he's down by about 8 with his scratch score, but up by 4 with his handicap. And there's a strike by Tom Burns. I don't think he liked that shot. That was definitely in off of his hand, but there we talked about earlier with the hold area inside.
There was a lot. Especially a match play, I had enough. Just a lot of time when you pulled it, you rung a 10-pin.
There's a strike by Curtis, and he goes back into the lead by a single stick. Oh, good shot there by Tommy.
That one was in too, and he was
Yes. Did not get rewarded this time. Matthews back.
10-pin. Did you up?
He's
More
coming with
staples.
different staples.
These are unjammable staples.
We'll see. And another solid 8 by Curtis.
Oh my
Okay,
God.
get that one out now.
Now we question, is it the rack?
You know, we did see this last Tuesday down at Bowlerama. A league bowler left 3 solid 8s in the same game on the left-hand lane.
I've seen Ryan Carlisi leave back-to-back-to-back Stone 8s.
Swavely's ball came up a little bit high there, leaving the 3-6-10.
And he almost missed it.
Stade converts his spare. He can shoot 248, but his opponent, Eric Erb, can still shoot 257. So we have a close match there. Swavely chops the spare. He has 103 in the 7th. With his handicap, he's at 115. Trails that match by 10 pins through 7 frames. And there's a strike for David Swavely.
By the way, with this jam-free guarantee, do you get $100 if it jams?
It's pretty bad, isn't it?
I don't even see one in there, but it feels like there's one in there. And a double by Eric puts the foot on the throat of Curtis thanks to 2 solid 8s.
Burns lets his ball go a little bit wide there on lane 40, missing the head pin to the right, leaving the 1-2-4. He'll look to have a second straight conversion. Now Stid with almost a shot he needs, and he gets it.
So
they,
go ahead. Go
they
ahead.
will enter the 10th frame just 9 pins apart.
So Prodigy, what's going through Curtis's mind right now? He has to finish on the lane where he's left. Back-to-back stone 8s.
Pure it and hope to God you don't stone another 8 pin. And if you lose, you blame the stone 8s. You can't really blame your shot making.
PJBT turning point in the match.
Bad racks.
I don't know.
I can't imagine. That's just almost impossible. By the way, I got it out. That's not going to stun an 8 pin.
Came in a little bit high. High flush. He could still shoot 248.
Force him to strike.
Would force him to double. Big shot here for Eric. Curtis.
That's
Big
Curtis.
shot.
Nope.
Oh, trips the 4-9.
Blow off your fingers.
And a great shot there by David. First shot in the 10th. That gives him a turkey. Let's see here. He could still shoot 193. He's getting 12 pins, which would shut out Tom Burns.
Another strike and 2-0.
Striking 8.
Yeah.
That's
pretty good.
That was a little wide off his hand. Oh! Trips the 2-pin. Wow.
And that's when I just walk out the door.
Well, they usually say in bowling the breaks even out, and boy, that was a huge break there for David Swavely after stoning an 8-pin early in the match.
Yes. And Curtis went high on his last shot, and go ahead.
And a big shot there for David Swavely,
Yes.
striking out, shooting 193, 205. He shuts out Tom Burns, and just like last week, will walk to the finals.
And Eric Erb trips a 4-pin, and all he needs is some good count here.
9.
He could get, if he goes 8 spare, we have a tie. So if he goes 9 spare for a win, 8 spare for a tie, a strike, and he moves on.
That's left.
And
It was left, but it held there.
thanks to 2 solid 8-pins by his opponent, Eric Erb will be moving on to the finals.
Final scores on the handicap side, we have Dave.
I stopped it, now I'm restarting it. Just give me a moment, let's see if it pops back up. Okay. Just remind Andrew he can't sit there then
Okay.
during this. All right, and we're back. We're sorry. We lost our connection there for a second. Not really sure what happened. All right, on to Matt for the awards for the third place finishers.
Place finishers today in the scratch division, getting a $50 scholarship, certificate, and award goes to Curtis Stig.
Curtis Stid, third place unlucky finisher. $50. He'll remember those solid 8 pins for a while.
And our third place finisher in the handicap division, getting a $50 scholarship, certificate, and award goes to Tom Burns Jr.
Tom Burns Jr., your third place finisher in the handicap division.
Okay, on to our title match.
All right, reminder, next week we will be coming to you live on Saturday, the day before Easter, from Bolorama in Reading, Pennsylvania. That is next Saturday at a 2:30 in the afternoon start. So if you're not doing anything the day before Easter, come on out and join us. Win yourself some scholarship money. Bowl where the big boys and girls bowl on the PJBT Bowling Series. The week after that, we stay in the Reading area for Major number 9 at Burke's Lanes in Sinking Spring. That will be Sunday the 23rd. They will be bowling on Atlanta. And we will round off the month of April with the final PJBT Adult Junior Tournament coming from Stanton Lanes in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. That is Sunday, April the 30th, with a start time of 10:30. All right, Prodigy, it's that time of the week again. Predictions, starting with the handicap side. Are you on mute?
David.
He goes with David to climb the ladder, and I'm going to go with David as well. He didn't climb the ladder last week. I think this week he's going to now. Scratch side.
Andrew. He's going to shoot 270.
You know what? I think I'm going to take Andrew as well.
He went front 9 3 times.
Yes, he was. You were crossing with him today during qualifying.
Yes. He went front 9 game 1 and game 3 and game 6. But then didn't get the front 10 either time. He's boom.
On the mat.
Okay, it's time to introduce our finalists for today's tournament. Starting on the scratch side, we have tournament leader Andrew Sarchik from Brick, New Jersey, taking on third seed Eric Erd from Gap, Pennsylvania. Andrew has elected to have Eric start the match on match 37. On the handicap side, we have top seed Monica Conway from Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania, taking on number 4 seed David Swavely, looking to walk the ladder from Sanatoga, PA. Difference in handicap, Monica gets 4 wins handicap, and she has elected to have David start the match on lane 39. Bowling fans, let's have a nice hand for our title match.
All right, off onto the finals we go. It looks like both of the higher seeds have elected to allow the lower seeds to start the match, and Annika is getting 4 pins.
Yeah, Phillies beat the Nationals 4-3.
And the Phillies win the game 4-3.
And Matt had a dance.
Eric Erb starts out with a strike, and David Swavely comes in a little high and carries the 6-10. Very early candidate for the title match, PJBT turning point of the match.
There is no turning point in the first frame.
And Andrew comes in a little light. In his first attempt, he leaves the 3-6. And Annika comes in a little high. She leaves the 4-7.
What's the handicap?
4 pins
To who?
to Annika.
All right, then.
Spare conversion for Andrew. Spare conversion for Annika. And the crowd claps for us
Cloud?
commentators.
The cloud.
The crowd claps for the commentators.
There you go.
Thank you, guys. Let's see what these bowlers can do coming off spares in frame number 2. And good adjustment there by Andrew. He puts 10 in the pit.
By the way, I love how we have track meets on Tuesdays, and every Sunday it's 70 degrees out. It's so nice outside.
And there's a double by Eric, taking an early 10-pin lead. Let's see if Annika could get 2 or more off of her split conversion. She does get 2. And Eric comes up a little high, leaves the 3-6. David comes in a little high, leaves the 3-6. Let's see here. We got a phone with the Masters on. We got a tablet with the Masters on, and we have a computer in front of me watching.
Most importantly, though, I started with no staplers that work. Now I have 2. Just want to announce that, so life is good again.
Yes.
Your jam-free stapler is
And
unjammed.
And I have a computer in front of me that has two of our feeds, the live feed and the YouTube feed in front of me. So we're all electronic up here. Let's see if Lazarchuk can take the lead in this match. And he comes in a little bit behind the head pin, leaves the 7 pin. With the conversion, he will find himself down 8 after 3. David, who chopped his 3-6 in frame number 2, comes back with a strike in frame 3. David is giving 4 pins, right, Matt?
That is correct. Annika gets 4 pins handicap, so it is a very close match, almost scratch.
Let's see what Annika could do in frame 3. She goes Jersey and strikes and is all smiles. Lazarchuk coming off of his spare in the 3rd, up in the 4th, and he strikes.
I do want to take a moment to point out, last week we had a handful of bowlers on the broadcast from the Maryland area, and from what I understand, a lot of bowlers have been working out with some personal coaches, and our bowlers down in Maryland have been working out with our good friend Danny Wiseman. And I bring it up because I just can't help but notice, and many of you will see that Andrew Lazarchuk, our tournament leader, has been working on his game a lot. As a left-handed bowler, he very much looks to me like he mimics the one and only Hall of Famer Parker Bone III that we're aware of from down in his area in New Jersey. So, some great role models to work with, and better their game, try to take them to the next level.
Yes, definitely. If you put Parker and Andrews side by side, their games do look very similar. By the way, Eric did trip a 9 pin in frame 4 and followed it up by burying a shot in frame 5 to presently up by 18, but Andrew could cut it back to 8 with a strike here in the 5th frame. Title match, PJBT at ABC West. And gets the trip of the 7. Andrew's a little confused on this lane.
It's probably
Definitely
tighter.
tell he likes 37 better.
When I bowled on this pair, 38 was about 2 boards tighter. Granted, that's on the right side.
Well, it'll be interesting to see because he actually would finish the match on his good lane then.
Yes.
He would finish on 37, so let's see if that comes into play in the match. Meanwhile, we have David Swavely, who has a basically, actually that match is even.
Even, yes.
Dead even after 4 frames, as David Swavely had a 4-pin lead scratch, but giving up 4 pins, they are dead even through 4, but he just struck. And another good strike for Andrew Lazarchik. This title match for Scratch Pro will probably come down to the 10th frame, no doubt.
Now that's the advantage of being the number 1 seed. You get to decide where you want to finish your match. Definitely it looks like Lazarchik has taken advantage of it, as definitely looks like he likes 37 a lot more than 38.
Well, it does look like 38 might be a little tighter just because now you saw both bowlers kind of notice that because Herb goes a little bit light, leaving the 2-4-5. And Connery makes an attempt at this washout spare, -1, but is not able to convert, so she will have 70 in the 5th. And Herb chops his
There's
spare.
your turning point of the match.
That could very well be the PJBT turning point of the match.
Let me point out, though, as frustrating as that shot might have been for him, he can still strike out for 240. Basically, Lazarchik, 1 spare, and he's in the 250, 240 range. So it's still a close match. Just
Absolutely.
Eric has to get back on it here.
And he does not.
He trips the 8, but leaves the 4.
Back over on the handicap side, Annika did strike in the 6th. David is now up looking for a double to take a slightly larger lead, and he trips the 7.
Wait,
David-
that was more the 5-7.
David looking for the 2nd week in a row to climb the ladder. Came up 1 rung short last week. Looking to see if he could do it this week. Eric did make his 4-pin in the 7th.
That's a good shot.
He now finds himself down by about 27 pins.
Someone just put it about
Oh, and
foot
a
away
high
from the
flush
flag.
strike there for David Swavely. That gives him a triple.
Yes.
That's Kuchar.
Lazarchik looking to keep the pressure on. Strikes on lane 38. That was the lane that was giving him trouble. Made a good adjustment there
Yes.
and continues the 270 pace. So certainly at this point, Herb is going to need some help to get back into the match.
Not quite sure the exact adjustment he made, but ball definitely looked like it got into a roll about a foot or 2 sooner, which is all he needed to get that ball back into the pocket.
If I had to guess, he probably moved a little left and threw it harder. If I made an immediate guess.
And gets a trip of the 7.
That gives Lazarchik 5 in a row through 8 frames. Good spare there for Annika Connery. Bowling in her first PJBT of the season. Oh, Herb lets that one a little short. I don't think he liked it, went off his hand, but it actually reacted a little bit quicker, and he did strike.
Garcia bogeyed 10. So now he's -7. And Rose is leading.
Connery goes a little bit light, leaving the 2-4-5.
But Rose needs like an 8-foot putt for par.
And Eric back on the strike train. So he could still go out for 233. So this match definitely is not over yet. But if Lazarchuk can strike here in the ninth,
Pretty much one more strike in any type of mark, you're fine.
good spare there by Annika. Keeps herself in this match.
That's
Boom. That will just about seal the deal. Title number 4. And may have just vaulted himself into the lead for Player of the Year.
I do want to point out to our fans out there that titles are one of the big items for Player of the Year. One of the heaviest weighted items, we'll say. But we have a lot of players that are in contention again for Player of the Year for the second straight year. Last year we had the same situation where we had a couple of bowlers with equal titles competing for it. So quite frankly, I invite everybody to come out for our final regular season events. We have 5 remaining on the schedule. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We do have 5 events, one being an adult junior. 5 events remaining on the schedule, so it's going to be very exciting. It is certainly not over yet.
All right, Annika up in the 9th frame. She leaves herself the 5-9. She will be looking to convert this. She could spare and strike out for 175, 179 with her handicap. If she were to strike out, David would just need basically 3 pins on 2 shots. So it's looking pretty good for David. And good spare there by Annika. And on the scratch side, we have a great match, 259 to 233. Andrew Lazarchuk comes out victorious.
looks like we're gonna go 2-0.
It's looking that way.
I think David could get 3 pins.
He may not need to. We'll see what Annika could do here in the 10th. First ball.
Doesn't matter.
And she gets 7. So the most she could now shoot is 166 if she were to spare and strike, which would mean David would need 2 sticks.
Great effort once again today by Eric Erb, making a run at his 3rd title of the year. We were just commenting before the match that he had an opportunity to equal everybody within the 3 title category, but he will have to wait until next week as Andrew Lazarchuk becomes our first 4-time winner of the season.
Andrew, along with many others of our PJBT family, will be going to McKendree next year.
I think the entire senior class is going to McKendree,
Just about.
besides Glinski.
Maybe we can get him to wear PJBT shirts out on the college tour. That would be great.
That
Good
would be
luck
nice.
with that one.
That would be nice. All right, so Annika shoots 162 scratch, 166 with her handicap, so David will need 2 pins on 2 shots to secure the title. And he trips the 4 and gives it a slapping. This week, David does climb the ladder from his 4th place starting position.
You could sponsor McKendree and try to get the PJBT logo on their jerseys.
Well, that's kind of what I was going for with that.
You could do that, probably.
Wonder if they'll take 20 bucks.
Maybe. Though I'd only make the logo like a centimeter by centimeter then.
All right, and the final in the handicap division, David Swavely, 202 to Annika, what's her last name?
Connery.
Connery, 166.
That's
All
gonna
right.
go in. That's gonna go in. Not a hole in one.
That looks like a hole in one.
Kuchar.
Was that on 16?
I have no idea.
That's the last par 3 on the course.
Probably. Then
16th hole.
16th hole.
He just made a hole in one. That is correct.
11th final round aces on 16th hole in the last 14 years. Wow, that's a lot. It's like one almost every year. Wow.
Good job.
Yeah, that's what my college education. That's a lot. 11 and 14 years in the final round.
Oh, Fowler.
All right, on to Matt for presentations. Then we'll get some pictures and then interviews with the winners. So stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen.
What the put Kuchar at?
And then
-5?
us PJBTers are going to go eat and watch the finals.
That might make him -5, and that would actually kind of throw him if he can birdie the last 2 holes. Oh, -7.
Gives them a chance.
He pretty old, Kuchar.
All right, on to Matt.
Okay, bowling fans, time to get out our final awards for today. Some great efforts by
Yep,
our
-5.
final athletes.
He's birdied
Finishing runners
a
in
lot.
the scratch division, getting a $100 scholarship. Certificate and award goes to Eric Erb.
Eric Erb, runner-up finisher today in the scratch division, $100 to his scholarship fund.
Our runner-up finisher in the handicap division, getting a $100 scholarship. Certificate and award goes to Annika Conry.
Annika Conry, your second-place finisher today in the handicap division, also receiving $100 into her scholarship fund and almost drops her award.
And our winners for today, our first 4-time winner of the season, getting a $200 scholarship on the scratch side. First place acrylic plaque goes to Andrew Lazarchuk.
Andrew Lazarchuk, today's scratch division champion. $200 award and the acrylic plaque.
And our winner in the handicap division, climbing the ladder all the way today, getting a $200 scholarship, certificate, and first place acrylic plaque goes to David Swavely.
David Swavely, your champion today in the handicap division, $200. All right, we're going to get some pictures and then some interviews. Hang with us.
Next Saturday at Oklahoma, Easter Saturday tournament.
All right, so we're going to let Matt do the interviews today, and then I'll come back in for the wrap-up show. Why don't you, we'll have them sit here so the wire's not in the
That's
way.
fine. It's fine.
Actually, we could, no, stay there. We could take this down now. Come on in, David. You could go first today. Just watch the court.
Okay.
All right.
All right. So we're going to start with our handicap champion, David Swavely. David, congratulations.
Thank you.
Nice bowling today. Was that your first or second title?
First.
First title today. Congratulations. That's great. So talk a little bit about that last pair there. Daniel was saying it was a little bit trickier, but you seemed to get lined up and just didn't let go.
Yeah, I got lined up early in my first 2 balls of practice and kind of let it go from there.
Okay. And talk a little bit about that title match there. It looked like the lanes were starting to break down a little bit, but your ball was able, even if you got the ball inside a target a little bit, it looked like whatever you were throwing was able to hold its line and get the high flush strike.
Yeah, I was throwing an IQ Tour Fusion mostly throughout the entire finals, and if I got it out, it would hook back in, but if I got it in, it would stay there and hopefully get like a trip 4 or something.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it looked like you had the right ball reaction for the lanes out there today, and that's certainly what you need to climb the ladder.
Yeah, huh?
So after last week coming up one spot short of climbing the ladder, this week you'll climb the ladder. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Nice job. I'm sure Mom's at home watching. She's probably excited and going nuts, Dad says. And I guess I have to ask because I don't normally do these interviews, but who's your favorite PJBT personality?
Josh.
Josh. A vote for Josh Sadazan. Did you hear that, ladies and gentlemen? Skip Moyer with a vote today. Let's just point out, Skip is running the men's state tournament today in Reading, PA, so that's why he isn't here with us, but we'll send out your one vote for Mr. Josh. All right. Well, congratulations, our handicap champion, David Swavely. All right. And then we will talk to our scratch division champion for the first bowler to be 4 times this year, Mr. Andrew Lazarchik.
Hello.
Hello there. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Another victory today for the state of New Jersey.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely. So talk a little bit about that final pair and what you saw out there in the lanes today.
38 was really, really tight, and I'm a big fan of going second. I like putting pressure on my opponent, so either way I was going second.
Right.
But thankfully it worked out because 38 was just super tight, and I just couldn't get the right ball roll through the pins, and then I just softened up and got it through there. I mean, I averaged 252 on the day, I believe. And
wow, that's great.
Spare shooting wasn't really well. I missed 4 single pins throughout the whole day, and I don't know, I bowled 210 and 211 somewhere in there, so day could have been a little better, but it was pretty good.
Absolutely. Well, and it's funny you mention that because that's what we mentioned on the broadcast. It looked like your ball reaction, the ball was sliding a lot more on 38. It almost looked like a 2-board difference between the lanes, but you made a great shot in the 6th frame, I believe it was. And that might have been an adjustment frame.
Yeah, I did a 2-in-1, 7th, yeah, 7th. I did a 2-in-1 in the 7th, and I really just slowed my feet down and just really try to roll through it a little more, get to pick up sooner.
Okay.
And definitely went through the pins the right way that time.
Yeah, and that seemed to be the turning point in the match as Eric had chopped the spare.
Yeah.
And then you made that adjustment on 38 to get lined up, and the rest was history. So congratulations on
Thank
your
you.
4th win of the year.
Yeah.
And all right, so who's your favorite PJBT personality?
It's either Brent or Josh, and I'm going to go with Brent because Josh couldn't be here today. Even
Wow.
though Brent couldn't be here, but Brent's never here.
That's okay. Brent was out watching the great Philadelphia Phillies today.
All right, that's acceptable.
So he was out in the sun today, getting a suntan. But congratulations on
Thank
your
you.
4th victory of the year, and certainly now in the lead for Player of the Year as we have a couple events left. So congratulations.
Thank you.
All right. So PA is going to come back in, and we're going to wrap this show up.
All right, Matthew. Another fun day here on the PJBT Tour.
Absolutely. We want to thank everybody for tuning in. Just a reminder, next Saturday, we have our Easter Classic tournament. That'll be our next event on the schedule. We'll be at Bowl-O-Rama in Reading, PA, starting at 2:30. Not only is it our Easter Classic tournament, but I think it is safe at this point to say that it could potentially be our final PJBT event at the Bowl-O-Rama facility in Reading, PA. Unfortunately, the center may, keyword being may, be closing in the next couple months. So we invite you to come out. Should be a great event. We always get a great turnout for Easter Saturday. Many of our former bowlers and college past bowlers are home for Easter. So hopefully you'll come out and we'll have a great event on next Saturday. And just a reminder also, while I got PA here, we have our final major of the regular season on Sunday, April the 23rd. That'll be at Berks Lanes, Sinking Spring. We do have an adult junior at Stanton Lanes in Wilkes-Barre on April 30th. And then we have an event Sunday, May 14th, ABC North Lanes in Harrisburg. And then Saturday, May 20th, we'll be at Colony Park Lanes North in York. So we have 5 regular season events remaining. Your last chance to qualify for the championship tournament with the Pro Bowlers on June 4th. So make sure you come out and see us. I do want to point out, in case anybody didn't see our posts, our event for Saturday, May the 6th at AMF Bristol Pike Lanes has been canceled. We were doing that in conjunction with the Bill O'Neill tournament, but unfortunately the Bill O'Neill tournament is not happening this year. So we elected to not have our event that day. So just 5 regular season events remaining on the schedule. So we hope everybody comes out and joins us.
Yeah, you want to talk a little bit about championship weekend quick, since we're now taking
entries.
Yep.
Yes. We just got it up on the website yesterday, June 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. We're going to have the Pro Bowlers in from the PBA. Right now we're looking at Parker Bone III, Ryan Simonelli, Doug Kent, Danny Wiseman, Marianne DeRupo, and maybe even some other special guests. So make sure you come out and join us. We'll have a Pro-Am. They'll actually have a skins match on Friday night, June 2nd, and I may have a unique surprise for that this year. I didn't want to announce that yet, so pay attention to that for coming weeks. And then Saturday the 3rd, we'll have our Pro-Am. For the Pro-Am, we do have divisions for the adults and the youth to compete, and not only will we have the Pro Bowlers, but we'll have a lot of our regional PBA players out for that event. So it's always a great event every year. Sign up early for it, 9 a.m. And then we also have our adult, junior, and skins match on Saturday. And that event always typically sells out almost. So make sure you sign up early for that. Not only do we give out some great scholarship and cash prizes, but the top finishers get to bowl Parker Bone for additional scholarships and cash money Saturday night in the skins match. So it is a very exciting day. And then Sunday, June the 4th is our championship tournament and awards ceremony. And this year, all 144 bowlers that qualify for the Invitational, we are going to send you an invite through Facebook and Facebook Messenger. And what we're asking everybody to do is to actually go on and pay their entry in advance. Pay your entry online. We want to try to get everybody paid online. That way it'll alleviate some headaches at check-in, and we'll just make everything run smoother on Sunday. So
absolutely,
very looking forward to another great weekend. Let me quick point out, championship weekend, the first weekend in June. We have our PJBT Masters the second weekend in June. The best scholarship tournament, the $5,000 first place event coming up Father's Day weekend. That is the third weekend in June. And then I will have information very soon for our second annual Tournament of Champions. That'll be at ABC East Lanes in Harrisburg, and that will be coming up the fourth Sunday in June. So we have lots of events coming up as we finish off season 18 of the PJBT. So make sure you come out and don't miss it.
All right, so let's wrap this up. We will see everybody next Saturday.
Yep, absolutely. Next Saturday at Bowl-O-Rama.
Bowl-O-Rama, Reading, Pennsylvania. 2:30 start time. Start your Easter weekend with us.
Absolutely.
All right. Let's see here. Let's see. Josh wasn't here today. Peaches wasn't here today. Mom Pop wasn't here today. Brent wasn't here today. Travis wasn't here today. Jen wasn't here today. Brittany wasn't here today. But
the only two that were here, the only two important ones that were here, was the two you're looking at. The tournament director and PA Fats.
And we'll throw a bone to the Prodigy for helping us as always.
Okay, maybe.
All right. We'll see you next Saturday.
All right, we'll see everybody next Saturday. Take it easy, everybody.
Bye-bye.